Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing great. So popular Nigerian music executive Ubi Franklin has come out to deny claims that he stole a luxury watch during his trip to Miami last week, where he attended his friends Chioma and Davidos' wedding. So what happened was that a few days ago, Chioma and Davido celebrated their white wedding in Miami, USA, and Ubi Franklin, who is a close friend of theirs, was invited alongside other big Nigerian celebrities and politicians. In fact, the wedding was a star-studded event with many big names in attendance, including Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote. The wedding itself was a massive success, and Ubi Franklin was even part of Davido's groomsmen. However, after the wedding, a Nigerian blog posted a story that left everyone shocked. The post hinted that someone at the wedding had stolen a luxury watch. Because no name was mentioned, many people were unsure of who the blog was talking about. But before they could have time to process this information that had been put on their tables, she made another post saying, "Omo, the watch don't reach Naija o. This one na to inform my sugar daddy so we can send special envoy from Naija to help us beg Benny o, cause this embarrassment is too much." Once the name Benny was mentioned, Nigerians began to put two and two together, and the rumors began to circulate, giving that everyone knew that Benny was also a groomsman at Davido's wedding who sells luxury watches. In fact, he even gifted Davido one of his luxury watches worth over $45 million. Despite all this, many Nigerians remained skeptical and unsure whether or not to believe the rumors, given that it had not been confirmed by Davido or anyone who attended the wedding, until Benny himself commented under Cutie Juice's post saying, "He never stole my watch, I sold him a watch," with laughing emoji. This was when people began to believe that there had actually been a watch incident at Davido's wedding. However, the person who was allegedly being accused of the theft had not yet been revealed, so many Nigerians were still unsure of who they were talking about, until another blog posted a full story of what had allegedly taken place at Davido's wedding in Miami. On the post, BC Ballo said, "Ubi Franklin reportedly stole a watch from Benny the jeweler. They kept asking him. He said he had no idea about it. Cutie Juice isn't lying about that gist." The blogger went further to explain that he reportedly asked to buy a watch from Benny. When he was asked about the watch, Bro said he had given it to Benny's assistant. They couldn't find the watch anywhere, and he kept insisting he had no idea where it was. Benny threatened to involve police and immigration. All of a sudden, Bro said he found it in his pocket and he didn't know how it got there. Now they are doing damage control because someone had already informed Cutie about it, and Cutie has been posting ever since. Even Benny commented that he didn't steal a watch, he bought a watch from him, with laughing emoji. Davido doesn't want the gist to cast because it is quite embarrassing. Once the identity of the accused person was put out there by this blog, the story began to go viral, to the extent that one of Davido's friends, a Nigerian celebrity who goes by the name Too Fab, who unfortunately could not be at the wedding because of visa issues, reposted a picture of Davido's groomsmen saying, "Okay, I don't hear you, but one person inside this picture don't thief wristwatch." He made another post saying, "You go your guy wedding, go thief wristwatch. So much love and harmony. Why nah?" What grabbed the most attention was the fact that Davido's elder brother, Adewale Adeleke, did not refute the information that Too Fab was passing. Instead, he just laughed under his post as if to confirm that the information that he was passing was true. And that was when the internet believed that something fishy had actually taken place at Davido's wedding. And the information began to go even more viral, leading to Ubi Franklin making a post of his own denying the allegations. Ubi Franklin made the first post saying, "Please don't believe any false rumors about watch. It would be sad for anyone to believe such nonsense." He went ahead to make a second post where he said, "For every time we have a good time together as a family, there's always someone who tries to tarnish other people's image. I have never taken what doesn't belong to me." When Ubi Franklin realized that people were still running with the information that he stole a watch at Davido's wedding, despite his two earlier posts, he decided to go ahead and make a public statement on the matter, detailing everything that transpired between himself and Benny the jeweler. In his statement, he wrote, I am currently aware of the recent circulation on social media linking my name to an alleged theft. I wish to make it clear that these allegations are completely false and misleading. Recently, I returned from my dear friend and sister's wedding, and I am currently preparing for my sister's funeral this coming weekend. It is an extremely difficult and sensitive time for me and my family, but I feel it is important to address this matter directly. While in Miami, Benny met me and offered to sell me a wristwatch. After reviewing the item and confirming its previous ownership, I decided not to purchase it in order to avoid any potential complications. I clearly communicated that to him. During the wedding church service, Benny sent his brother with another wristwatch to me, that which I purchased and paid in full. Given the busy circumstances surrounding the wedding, I was in possession of both wristwatches and wore the one he sent to me through his brother. After the wedding, I had to leave Miami immediately to finalize my sister's funeral coming up this weekend. While airbound, I was contacted by Benny regarding the other wristwatch. I want to state clearly, I am not a thief. I have never stolen from anyone in my life. I purchased a wristwatch and paid in full from Benny. Benny had earlier in the day debunked this news, and yet it still kept spreading. I appreciate the calls and messages. This is my final word on this. In a show of support and solidarity, Davido commented under this post saying, "You owe nobody any explanations," expressing his dissatisfaction with those who peddled this rumor. Ubi Franklin went ahead to share screenshots of the chat between himself and Benny the jeweler, to the extent that he shared the receipts of the payments that he made to Benny for the watch. It could also be seen on the screenshots of the chat that Benny was apologizing for the spread of such a rumor, saying that he had no hand in the posts that were made regarding Ubi Franklin. Despite all the clarifications given by Ubi Franklin in an attempt to clear his name from these rumors, a lot of social media users are not buying it. Some are asking why Ubi Franklin had the two watches in the first place and why he didn't just immediately return the one that he was not paying for. Others are pointing out that he claims to have discovered the watch on his flight back to Nigeria, but the question is, why take it out of the country in the first place? Some believe that if he had not been called out, he might never have said anything about the watch, and that all that he is doing now is just damage control. But what do you guys think about this whole story? Do you believe that Ubi Franklin really intended to steal the luxury watch, or do you think it is just an honest mistake like he says? What about you? Have you ever been falsely accused of something before? How did you handle it? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section, and as always, do not forget to like, share and subscribe if you have not yet done so. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay safe. Bye.